Loki, the final episode of the season, episode 6. The one where we find out who is the true villain of this whole TV show. What is going to happen with Loki and Sylvie? Where are we going to be left with Mobius? Where are we going to be left in the MCU after this? This episode happened and boy, oh boy, do we have some stuff to talk about. And I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this whole review because I'm just gobsmacked right now. So let me know in the comments below, what did you all think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think of Loki overall as a season? Let me know. Smash that like button, hit subscribe as well. And you know what? Let's jump into this review. Okay, so, Loki episode 6. Wow. I mean, holy moly. Where do I even begin with this? Well, let's just begin with, I enjoyed this episode quite a lot. It's probably my favorite episode of the series right now. This is probably my favorite. There isn't a lot of action in this one. There is an action sequence, but there's not a lot. But what I like about it is the dialogue and the way that the characters are interacting with each other and the moments we get with that. And one particular character, absolutely, I fell in love with straight away when I saw him. And I might as well rip off the band-aid. Kang is absolutely brilliant. After the last episode, I was 90% sure we were going to get Kang, and that Kang was the villain of the whole thing and was the guy behind the curtain. And it turned out it was Kang. And I love his character. I think the performance is absolutely brilliant of this character. He was fun, he was entertaining, and he was just so cool and so awesome. And just, I don't know, there was just some aura about Kang that I absolutely loved. And I am so enthralled in his character now. And I'm bloody excited now, moving forward. We now know Loki's getting season 2 as well. We're getting the second season. There is no post-credit after this, but they do have one where it's Loki's file and they stamp renewed for season 2. And I'm excited for season 2, especially after the ending. The ending was just like, okay, so let's just really talk about it now. So Kang, we see Kang in the actual Void Castle. I think they call it the Citadel at the end of time. We see him there. He interacts with Sylvia and Loki. It's an awesome exchange, and he explains why he did what he did. And I loved it, because it makes so much sense. And actually, when he was doing it, and he was explaining that he is from the future, in the 31st century on Earth, and that his variants all discovered that there was other universes on top of each other, and they started interacting with each other, and that's when the multiversal war happened, was they were fighting to be the top dog, basically. And he came out, he tamed Goliath, and with that, being able to tame that creature, he then created the timeline where he could keep himself in check, because what he fears the most is himself, because the only person that can bring Kang down is Kang himself. So he goes on this big spiel about the Loki and Sylvie have to take over and continue his work, or they kill him. And what happens is something much worse than what's going on with the TVA happens. His variants are going to rise up and the big war's going to happen again, which is bad news for everyone in the MCU and everyone else. And I tell you what, I was not disappointed with the way he just articulates what he is talking about. Is just, I don't know. I was sitting there and I was just like, damn, this guy is selling this shit so hard right now that I believe everything he is saying. And what I also loved is that whole interaction with Loki and Sylvie is we get two sides of it. We get Loki, who is finally realizing, look, okay, I believe this guy. I believe what he is saying. And he starts instead of making a rash decision, is running through his head the options. Like, what if he's telling the truth? What happens? That could be far worse. But Sylvia is being done so hard by that she just wants to kill this guy and get it over and done with, because she thinks by killing him, she's going to be able to save everyone. Everyone's going to have free will again. Loki, on the other hand, is struggling with what to do, and that's when we get an action sequence between Sylvie and Loki, and Loki tells her that he knows what it feels like. It was a heartwarming moment where he was telling her, I've been where you are. I know how this is. And when she says, well, we're basically at a pickle here, like, why can't we do this? And he basically says, because you can't trust anyone, and I can't be trusted. And I thought that was very, very powerful. But Sylvia ends up killing Kang. She throws Loki away and kills Kang. And now the MCU's changed now. I'm really excited now moving forward. Now it makes more sense to me, because my biggest fear was Kang was going to be a villain, just Ant-Man, and they were going to kill him off. But now, knowing that Loki's going to get season 2, and with that ending, we know we're going to probably get Kang in season 2 as well as the major villain of that. One of the variants is going to be that, because he did say he will be back trying to recorrect everything again. So that's going to be exciting to see him. We're getting him in Ant-Man in our MCU timeline. Who knows how many Kangs we're actually going to get now. Renslayer's off looking for Kang. So is she going to be off into the future to find Kang? That's all needs to be resolved as well. Mobius and her had a little exchange. Everyone at TVA knows. But the ending, I am just, wow, I am blown away. I mean, it looks gorgeous as well. I mean, it absolutely looks gorgeous. The whole Void Castle stuff, and that looked absolutely incredible. But now, where do we go from here? That's the question now. So I think Kang's going to be... Clearly, Kang's got to be the big bad villain of the MCU now. Not just one, but multiple Kangs. Now all the stuff with the multiverse makes a lot more sense now of why these things could happen in Spider-Man No Way Home with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Now all these things make a hell of a lot more sense because of Loki. And now we're going to get this big multiversal war. And I'm so excited now. What is going to happen? I'm so excited. I can't wait for Loki season 2. As a whole, I absolutely love Loki. Where would I rank it in the MCU? It's definitely going to be above Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm just going to have... I will do another ranking later on in the year, because we've still got a ton of stuff to come out this year. And if I just keep doing a ranking every time one of the shows or the movies come out, then it's just... I'm going to be doing 3 to 4 a year, and it gets a lot harder, and it just takes up so much time. So I will do one after we get the Hawkeye series that's supposed to be coming out as well. What if I'm not going to add to the MCU ranking because it's its own thing. Miss Marvel's supposed to be coming out, I think, as well. We got Shang-Chi still to come. We got Eternals to come as well. And we've also got Spider-Man No Way Home and whatever else comes out with the MCU. So after No Way Home, I will be doing my ranking of the MCU stuff again. I'm going to try and do 2 a year. We'll do one halfway and then there. But wow, where are we going to go from here? I don't know, but I'm excited to see Kang. I love his character in this. I'm so excited to see what he's going to bring and how it's all going to come together. But I loved it. I love Loki, and I'm so excited for what's happening now. I'm just, wow. I mean, this could go any way. We're now getting into uncharted territory where I think majority of the audience isn't going to know some of the villains and the characters we're going to get and everything like that. So we're going to get exposed to a lot of stuff because we're in unknown territory now. And I'm all for it. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of Loki as a whole, this episode? What are your expectations moving forward now? Are you super excited with everything that's going on? Do you think Kang's going to be the big bad villain now? I want to know. Smash it down below. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe as well. I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.